Hi, I'm Julia Fernango. My teaching philosophies are a mix of existentialism and progressive. So to get into the first question of what do I believe teaching is and what does it look like, I believe teaching should be someone who navigates the learners and wants them to ask questions and keep them curious and to learn more. To me, this it looks like having students work together and bounce ideas off of each other and collaborate. I believe this because I'm somebody who is a very hands-on learner. I don't do very well with textbooks or readings. Um, I need to see either a video or a picture or a diagram, just something of what we're learning in order to fully understand the topic. So that is the one reason why progressive is one of my teaching philosophies. To get into the second question, how does learning happen? Learning happens when your students are engaged in the topic and asking questions, and the questions are deep and meaningful. They're not just something they're pulling out of a hat because they want to waste time. They're asking these questions because they want to learn more about the topic and they are interested. Um, this just shows that they're engaged and they are fully taking in on everything you are teaching them. I think that students should be the ones that are driving the conversations instead of the teacher. I don't think it's very helpful for a teacher just to be talking at the class. I think it's good for students to and the teacher and even other um, people in the classroom to contribute to the lecture or the content that is being taught. Um, they should be engaged with the students. The teacher should be engaged with the students, making them more curious and want to ask more questions. This is goes with my teaching philosophy of being an essentialism teacher. Um, and then to get into the third question of what do I believe about students and how will my classroom be centered, I believe students want to learn about what you are teaching them. I'm thinking through a PE brain and mind, just because that is my major. I'm going to be a PE teacher. But I believe students want to learn about being physically active, whether that's just a new skill or maybe learning about a new sport that they can carry into their adult life. I think that my classroom will be student centered. I want to teach my students things about what they want to learn. If I send out a survey at the beginning of the school year and on there nobody wants to learn about football, okay, well, we're still going to touch on football a little bit, but it might be for a couple weeks. And maybe in the survey they really showed interest in pickleball. Okay, well, let's gear the lesson that maybe I would have spent on football to teach them about how to play pickleball. Um, I think that this is important because it'll keep your students more engaged in learning and want to learn about what you are teaching them. I know in my PE experience, I didn't really have that. It was like, okay, this is what you're going to learn about, and that's kind of it. Um, so I think that that is very important to have a somewhat student-centered classroom. And then to get into the fourth question of what do I believe is knowledge and what is worth knowing? I believe knowledge is taking what you have learned in school and applying it to your life outside of school. This can be from the topic that you just learned about down to showing how to communicate. In school, you learn a lot of skills, whether you realize it or not. You learn how to talk with other people. You learn how to work on your people skills. You learn when to participate in groups and to pull your own weight. You also learn when to step back and let somebody speak up for themselves, and maybe when to step in and speak up for them if they're not doing that. So I think that outside of understanding the content that you are getting taught in school, yes, that is very important. I think that knowing how to be a good person and having good values is more important when you're thinking about the long-term aspects of what this student's life is going to look like when they are leaving the school.